Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel, continuing our discussion on understanding the role of zodiac signs, their energies specific to our lagna. In this video, we will have our discussion on the Gemini sign. So guys, you must have understood the pattern which we are following. At the time when we were trying to figure out the root or the source of your enmity, latent jealousy and all. So for that we have to see what exactly is happening in the Scorpio sign wheresoever it is falling in our chart, and individually how it is going to be imparting its effects on its original Kalpurush Kundli house, which is the 8th house. Same way we discussed the role of Libra and we discussed the role of Capricorn as well. And in this video we will have our discussion on elaborating and getting deeper into the importance of the Gemini sign. Like the way guys, I always say this thing, that if your aspiration is concentrated to one specific house in your natal chart, like for example, for someone to be very much inclined towards making a career in teaching, 9th house might be important. For someone to do very good in the fields of occult, 8th house might be very important. But over and above that, you have to see 8th house and individually what is happening in the like Scorpio sign in the chart. You have to see individually the 9th house and what is happening in the Sagittarius sign. Guys, before we will dig deeper into our discussion, I will just first show you few reference charts as a case study, and then you will definitely get to know the importance which I'm trying to explain over here. So just because this is a video where we will be focusing more on the Gemini, all the qualities of the Gemini. Now as you know that Gemini, which in itself represents all the Mercurian qualities of quickness, of being very skilled. So let's take up the reference charts first. So guys, first is the chart of Roger Federer. So even if you have to be like a tennis legend, so even for that, because definitely this is a sport which primarily is played with your hands. So because of which you have to give attention to what is happening in the 3rd house in Roger Federer's chart and the Gemini sign individually. So guys, if you will look at the Lagna chart of his, you will find that he has got a moon to be placed in the 3rd house. Now what is happening in the Gemini sign in his Lagna chart? As you can see over here, Mars is placed over there, and definitely for an athlete, Mars actually plays a very important role. Now if you want to dig deeper into it, the divisional chart which is connected with the 3rd house, which is the Dracana chart, over there guys, if you will see, you will again find that now his Mars is placed in the 3rd house of the Dracana chart. Second is the chart of one of the greatest artist, painter, which is Frida. If you will look at her Lagna chart as well guys, you will be surprised. In her Lagna chart, if you will look at individually what is happening in the 3rd house and the Gemini sign. So just because she is a Cancer Lagna person, and Mercury has got the rulership over the 3rd house as well, and if you will look at the Gemini sign, she has got Jupiter, her Sun, her Venus. Even if you will include the outer planets as well, even Neptune and Pluto are conjunct over there in the Gemini sign. And even if you will look at her D3 chart, in the D3 chart, she has an exalted moon in the 3rd house, which is very important for the poets, for the painters and artists and all. And if you will look at the Gemini sign in the D3 chart, she has got Venus placed over there. And guys, if you will look at Elvis Presley's chart, last chart as a reference, as a case study. So in his chart as well guys, if you will look at over here in his 3rd house, he has got Venus and Rahu being placed over there. Now definitely guys, in his case, there was some sort of like influence of drugs and substance abuse and all of that. And whether we take up the case of Elvis Presley, whether we take up the case of Robin Williams as well, because even Robin Williams was Sadbisha moon and Elvis Presley was also Sadbisha moon. So definitely you will always find a pattern over there. So but the main thing is which I wanted to show over here, that in the 3rd house you will see in his chart Venus and Rahu are being placed over there, Rahu being the moon nakshatra lord. So yes guys, that was the importance. Now let's start our discussion. So starting first with the Attributes and qualities of the Gemini sign. So definitely guys, Gemini is a sign which is being ruled by the planet Mercury. Now just because Mercury has got rulership over two zodiac signs, Gemini and Virgo, so Mercury manifests its very boyish quality, very curious quality, intellectual qualities, very impressionable qualities, expertise in language, interest in travels, interest in mimicry, in performing arts. All these are the qualities of the Mercury which gets manifested through the Gemini sign. I always say this thing guys, that if your Venus is strong, definitely you will have an eye for beauty, you will have an eye for talent, for fine things in the life. But like a lot many people can appreciate a good form of art, but in order to have that brush in your hand and design art, you need to have a strong Mercury, and somehow Mercury's Gemini qualities are strongly connected with that. After that guys, just because we have to dig deeper into the other attributes of Gemini as well. So Gemini is a air sign which is definitely responsible for all the intellectual potential. The only thing is that along with air sign, it is a dual sign as well, so there is a lot of fickleness over there. And definitely guys, in today's modern day and age, when we talk about flirtatiousness and fooling around, so all these are the qualities which can be strongly connected with the Gemini. Again guys, when it comes down to the sexual aspect, over there Scorpio actually plays a very stronger role, or like rather I would say that secretive affairs, clandestine affairs, those are other combinations. Like these are among those people with the prominence of Gemini, that they are very likable, they are very friendly, they are very sociable, and lot many times there this friendliness get misinterpreted as, you know, being flirtatious. But yes, they have got that potential for being a flirt as well. So yes guys, these are the basic qualities which can be attached with the Gemini. And just because our this discussion is going to be hovering around your skills, so because of which when we talk about how skilled you could be, so over there individually Gemini and your third house plays a very significant role. So now guys, what we will be doing in the rest of the video is that we will start looking at the qualities of Gemini specific to your lagna. Like if Gemini represents your curiosity for knowledge, if Gemini represents how skilled you could be, so that sort of curiosity and your skillfulness is going to be applicable in which specific attribute, in which specific area of your life. So yes guys, starting first with the Aries lagna natives. So definitely guys, I always say this thing, that Aries lagna are lucky in this regard, that they find the energies in a very purest form in all areas of their life. Only if the planets are well placed in their chart, they will definitely experience the attributes or qualities of that planet, the houses which that planet is ruling, in its purest essence, in its purest form. So definitely guys, because of the Gemini quality coming over here, the only thing is that because for the Aries lagna natives, Mercury is not an auspicious planet, but just because their ascendant lord Mars is also connected as the Karaka significator of the third house. Second thing is that because Mercury also has got the rulership over the sixth house as well. So if a Aries lagna native is inclined towards art, creativity, or in any of the performing arts and all the planets are well placed, are very supportive, so he could be very competitive as well. So yes guys, this is how qualities will manifest for the Aries lagna natives, because just because you are being ruled by the planet Mars, so energy, dynamism, quickness is somehow very inherent in your personality. And over and above that, if your whole chart is going to be concentrated around the attributes of the third house, let's say for example your 10th house is placed in the 10th house lord is placed in the third house, or your 7th house lord is placed in the third house, or there is some important planetary conjunction taking place in your third house, for example Saturn and Venus and Rahu are conjunct in your third house, then we can definitely say that if you will take up any of the form of art, creativity, performing arts, you will be very good in that. Now guys, moving ahead, now for all the Taurus lagna natives. So guys, as you can see that in your case, the curiosity of Gemini, skillfulness of Gemini is somehow falling in your second house. So what does it tell about? So definitely guys, when we talk about anything to do with the being very skilled in the matters of money. Now because in astrology there is a say that whenever we superficially describe the attributes, strength, weakness for all the rising signs, all the lagna, all that is done through taking into consideration that which all planet is ruling with specific areas of your life. So just because Taurus lagna is the original second house energy, which actually makes them very proficient in the matters of finances, in the matters of the financial management, and just because the curiosity, the skillfulness of the Gemini falls in their second house, so that in itself means that they can be very good in that. And definitely guys, when we talk about anything to do with the genre of music, anything to do with the musical instruments, and a lot many times it has been seen that even in the food business as well, they could be very good in that. Now guys, we understood that how the Gemini qualities are influencing the matters of the house where it is falling for your lagna. Now how it is going to be looking back and influencing the matters of your third house. So definitely guys, as you can see over here that when we talk about your skills, your quest for knowledge, over there you will find the energy of the Cancer. So definitely they could be very emotional in their networking, in their connections with their friends. They might be very emotional with their connection with their siblings as well. And definitely guys, a lot many times it has been seen that these are among those people, because the Gemini energy is falling in their second house, somehow is going to be influencing their third house as well. So they are among those people that if they have to even kind of be in trouble in order to financially help their friends, their siblings, they will never turn their back on them. They will try to put their best of the resources to help their friends or their immediate family members. Now guys, when we talk about the Gemini lagna, so definitely guys, just because the energy of Gemini falls on your lagna, which means that your persona, your health, your thought process, everything is being influenced by the qualities of the Mercury, which in itself tells about that you could be very proficient in languages, you might gain a lot from travels in the life, you might have good friend circle. So all these of the Gemini attributes and qualities which I have been explaining throughout in this video will actually manifest or will function in a very beautiful way in your case. Now guys, if you have to see that how this energy is going to be influencing the original house of Gemini, which is the third house. So definitely guys, in your third house you'll find the energy of the Leo. So that in itself means that the capacity to rise and shine and be famous, recognized for your skill, for your craft, is very strong for the Gemini lagna natives. And again guys, just because Gemini is your lagna, so if in any case you chose you choose art, music, performing arts as your career choice, so putting your heart and soul into it, putting the whole force of your life in the pursuit of finding success in that field, that is how you can achieve success in your life. Now guys, for all the Cancer lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that the curiosity and the skillfulness of Gemini falls in your 12th house. Now what does it tell about? Very sure that you could become very good dream interpreter, you could do very good in the fields of Reiki healing or tarot, astrology, or fantasy writing, novels. You can do very good in that, because guys, in your case, Mercury has got the rulership over the 12th house, which is the actual house of dreams, fantasy, imagination, and the third house, which is the house of your skills. So now just because this is a video or this is a subject where we are solely focused and concentrated on the qualities and attributes of Gemini, so definitely guys, and that is the only reason, the only way this energy falls makes them vulnerable is that when they are not able to distinguish between the fantasies and the logics, because 12th house has got a lot of energy of surrender, of feelings, and Gemini is a sign which only work with the logic. So that is the only area where there could be a contention, there could be a kind of conflict. But in majority of the cases, definitely if you will take interest in developing a skill or remaining consistently in the pursuit of gaining knowledge in the matters of the 12th house, you could do very good in that. Now definitely guys, we have to look back that how these Gemini attributes influence its original house in the Kalpurush Kundli, which is the 3rd house. So definitely guys, in your case, as you can see that you will again find the energy of Mercury in the form of the Virgo energy being placed over there. So definitely in your craft, in your field, within your friend circle, with your siblings, you could be perfectionist, but sometimes you have to understand things or look at things from other people's point of view as well. That is the only one thing which I want to say. And definitely be open towards the like, let's say for example, in whichsoever field you are operating, sometimes only restricting yourself with the logic, with the statistics, with the numbers might not be the right approach. Sometimes remaining open towards the divine surrender, or for any sort of inspiration or anything to do with the mysticism, or adding that energy might be much more fruitful for you. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that the skillfulness and the curiosity of Gemini falls in your 11th house. What does it tell about? That is the only reason that the Leo Lagna natives can become very good leaders, because of their innate capacity to understand any of the dynamics of large group or large organization, because Gemini energy somehow falls in their like 11th house. Second thing is that guys, when we talk about how this energy of Gemini which falls in their 11th house effect or imparts its energy in its original Kalpurush Kundli house, which is the 3rd house. So definitely guys, for the Leo Lagna natives in the 3rd house, you will find the energy of the Libra. So they are very charming, they are very likable, they are very sociable, and because of their like, that is the only reason I would say that they have this innate capacity that for whatsoever talent they have, they can sell it to, or they can demonstrate it successfully or market it successfully to the large organization, to the large group. Moving ahead guys, now for all the Virgo Lagna natives. So guys, in your case, as you can see that the energy of the Gemini somehow falls in your 10th house, which can be seen as a very good indication, which in itself tells about that when it comes down to the skillfulness or curiosity, resourcefulness of the Gemini, it somehow influences the matters of your 10th house, which is the house of our profession. And that is the only reason guys, I always say this thing, that when it comes down to starting up with something as a hobby and turning it into a full-time profession, all that potential and capacity lies very strongly with the Virgo Lagna natives. Now you must be wondering that how these qualities or attributes of the Gemini in the 10th house somehow imparts its influence in its original Kalpurush Kundli house, which is the 3rd house. So definitely guys, for the Virgo Lagna natives in the 3rd house, you will find the energy of the Scorpio. So that in itself tells about that definitely they could be very intense, they could get very obsessed with whatsoever hobby they will undertake, whatsoever skill they will pursue, and in order to market it or to sell it to the larger group of the audience, that capacity somehow lies very strongly for all the Virgo Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, the skillfulness and the innate curiosity of Gemini somehow influences the matters of your 9th house. So guys, it works out in this way that specific to your Lagna, you have got this innate capacity to not only able to break down all the deeper nuances of wisdom which can be found in our religious text, religious scriptures, and all these philosophies. A lot many times what happen is that people are either not able to understand the deeper meaning in all these motivational quotes, in all these philosophical quotes, or even if they have understood it, they're not able to actually implement those wisdom in their daily life, in their daily activities. But just because in your case the Gemini sign falls in your ninth house, you have got this capacity to not only comprehend, break down, understand, absorb all these deeper nuances of wisdom, but also put it in your daily life as well. Also guys, for anything to do with your skill, able to inspire the world. So that is the kind of capacity which falls in your case, because in your case it's not only the Gemini which falls in your ninth house, but also in your third house you will find the energy of the Sagittarius, which in itself is a sign of good faith, good luck and divinity. Now guys, when we talk about the Scorpio lagna natives, so definitely guys, here we are not talking about that whether this planet or whether this sign is favorable to your lagna or not. Our only concern is that how you can make use of all the attributes of Gemini to the best of your capacity. So if Gemini represents your skillfulness, your innate curiosity, your resourcefulness, so in which specific area it can help you? So definitely it can help you in the matters of your 8th house. And guys, we cannot even overlook this fact that your lagna in itself is the energy of the 8th house where Gemini energy is falling in. So that in itself means that when we talk about being very curious, working hard, or even in the fields of occult, in the fields of research, you can actually feel contented or make some good connections when you are working in cahoots or in any of the cooperation with other of the mystics, other of the researchers and followers. I would say that you can function very good in all these areas. And definitely guys, you are born with a skill to kind of decipher or break down all the secrets, all the mysteries of the world. Now this could be in the form of occult, this could be in the form of science, or in any of the capacity. And definitely guys, in your case, the energy which can be found in your third house is the energy of Capricorn, which is the original house energy of the Gemini. So how does the Gemini energy from your 8th house could contribute towards its original Kalpurush Kundli house, which is the third house? So definitely guys, because when we talk about the Capricorn energy falling in your third house, it could make you very firm, it could make you very disciplined, and definitely your capacity to develop something or initiate or build something which is very substantial. And why it is going to be very substantial, very formidable? Because it is going to be something which the world has not seen before, very transformative in your specific field. Now guys, when we talk about the Sagittarius lagna natives, so definitely guys, in your case, the skillfulness and the innate curiosity, resourcefulness of the Gemini energy somehow influences the matters of your 7th house. So which can be seen as a very good indication guys, because as you know that 7th house also is a house the way we relate with the world, the way we deal with the public. And that is the only reason that these are among those people who might be very good in the multitasker. So the energy of Gemini falling in your 7th house actually makes you very good multitasker. And also guys, it's a very undermining way of restricting the 7th house only with your matrimonial partner. 7th house tells about the deeper connection, deeper commitment and bonds. So I would say that this energy of the Gemini falling in your 7th house, the only flaw side of this placement or this energy of Gemini influencing your 7th house could be that you might be very friendly, but which many times give wrong signal to your partner, where your partner might perceive you as a flirtatious person. But definitely guys, when we talk about in any of the public service or learning a lot while dealing with the world, like the way I always say this thing, a lot many times people learn things from the book or from the teaching session and all of that. And there are those people who start working from a very young age and they learn, or their actual wisdom and knowledge is while dealing with people, while being out in the world and performing their task and their actions. So that is how the Gemini energy influences the matters of your 7th house. Now how this energy of Gemini from your 7th house is going to be influencing its original Kalpurush Kundli house, which is the third house. So definitely guys, for the Sagittarius lagna in the third house, you will find the energy of the Aquarius. So that in itself tells about that, like definitely when it comes down to your connections, your friendship and all, you might be seen as a very helpful person. You might be seen as someone who's very innovative, someone who's could be little bit eccentric as well. But guys, the good part over here is that any of the connection of the air houses, and specifically third house, seventh house, is considered as very good for the performing artist, for all the entrepreneurs, and anything to do with succeeding in life because of the support of other people. Now guys, when we talk about the Capricorn lagna natives, so definitely guys, in your case, as you can see that the skillfulness and the innate curiosity and the resourcefulness of the Gemini somehow influences the matters of your sixth house. So definitely guys, this could be a very good indication in this way that you could be a very good problem solver in any of the life's challenges and problems. You have this capacity to like definitely guys, because in your case your lagna in itself makes you very formidable. Your lagna in itself tells about that you are born with those heavy shoulders that you can endure and handle big responsibilities as well. And the good part over here is that whenever a crisis comes in the life, whenever we are entangled in any conflict, now this could be in the form of bad health, this could be in the form of debt, this could be a lot of the people in our life are opposing us. So how you will respond to that, how you will behave in those situations, that we get to know from the sixth house. Now just because in your case a very frivolous, light-hearted energy of the Gemini falls over there, so you will be among those people that irrespective of the fact that how deep of the mess you are in, but when people will see you, people will meet you, or the way you handle those things, you will be very light way you will be dealing with, or you will be handling any of those situations. And the good part over here is that you will gain or learn a lot while actually either solving your problems or while solving other people's issue or problems. Now guys, when we talk about how the energy of Gemini falling in your sixth house influences its original Kal Purush Kundli house, which is the third house. So guys, in your case in the third house, you will find the energy of the Pisces. Now this is not a very good indication in this way, and this is how we can correlate with things, because guys, in your case, as you can see that Pisces is an energy which is an energy of the good faith, like doing anything where you have completely surrendered yourself. And the way Gemini energy is going to be influencing the matters of your third house is actually giving you this lesson, teaching you that blindly trusting with people or blindly trusting people around you might have consequences, or you might get betrayed. That is how the energy of the Gemini from the sixth house is going to be imparting its influence in the matters of your third house. Now guys, when we talk about the Aquarius lagna natives, so guys, in your case, the curious, skillful and the resourceful energy of Gemini somehow influences the matters of your fifth house. That is the only reason guys, that when we talk about that, how come Aquarius lagna natives could be so genius, they could be so scientific, only reason is that because they have got this innate capacity, inherent talents to focus and multitask on so many things, to very quickly or easily understand or gain mastery over any skill. And guys, this is equally applicable not only in the academic or scientific pursuit, but in the fields of sports and athletics as well. Now guys, as you have to reconnect the dots as well. So if Gemini energy is falling in your fifth house, which we broke down over here, how does it influence back to its original house in the Kal Purush Kundli, which is the third house? So definitely guys, for the Aquarius lagna in the third house, you will find the impulsive energy of the planet Mars in the form of Aries, which can actually make you very headstrong when it comes down to taking initiatives or while exerting your authority. But guys, the good part over here is that not many people will be able to understand that on surface Aquarius lagna might look very headstrong, but behind any of their action they actually put a lot of the thought which gets put behind, because of the way Gemini energy is influencing the matters of their fifth house, which is the house of your intelligence, which is the house of which tells about how your mind function. And definitely guys, for being very like even when you will take any initiative which comes from the third house, you definitely want to be a pioneer. You want to be doing something which the world has not seen before. This is how the energy of Gemini is going to be influencing the house where it falls and the house which it originally belongs to. Now guys, for all the Pisces lagna natives, so guys, all what we have to do is that we have to understand that the skillful side, the curiosity and the resourceful side of Gemini, how is it going to be influencing the house where it is falling for your lagna. So guys, just because it falls in your 4th house, that in itself tells about that, first of all, the Pisces lagna natives could be very handy around the home while doing any of the small little chores on their own. Second thing is that because Gemini is a very curious energy as well, so even if being put forth in any of the joint family, big family, or even within their neighborhood as well, they will have good comprehension and understanding of each of the family members' taste, likes and dislikes. And also guys, this quality of Gemini falling in their 4th house also makes them very adept and very good in any of the public service related profiles as well. Now how it is going to be influencing its original house. Now Gemini in the original Kalpurush Kundli belongs to the 3rd house. So guys, in your case, as you will find the energy of the Taurus over there. So one thing is for sure that guys, definitely they could be very good in turning or converting any of their hobby, any of their skill into full-time business as well. And somehow even over there as well, the 4th house energy is going to be influencing the matters of their 3rd house, which in itself tells about that doing something which is going to be kind of striking a chord with their audience, or doing something where they are putting their emotions, their feelings and influencing the audience on an emotional plane rather than only restricting themselves to the logic, to the stats, to the numbers, hard-hitting facts. That is how the energy of Gemini is going to be influencing the matters of their 3rd house as well. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.